Shark Nation, what is good, man? And welcome back. I'm IC3000 to be exact. And look, we are finally in season 2, episode 1, man. Clap it up right now. We had a successful first season and we are now getting into season 2. So let's jump right in. And look, man, we got a whole lot of updates, a whole lot of breaking news, and a whole lot to get through. But before we do any of that, man, we got to talk about our logo. I know some of you guys probably have seen it already. But listen, we love this old Sharks logo, but listen, we got to be on the new and bigger and better things. So we are officially upgrading the Seattle Blue Sharks logo with the blue shark looking crazy, menacing in there, looking extra clean. So listen, man, season 2 is going to be a whole lot of fun. If you haven't already, man, go ahead and sub up, man. Listen, you don't want to miss out on what we got going on in here. But anyway, man, let's get to some of the bigger news in this offseason, and it is surrounding one Jared Glover, aka Baby Megatron. Listen, he has the opportunity to go to the NFL draft. He also has the opportunity to stay in Seattle for one more year and exercise that last year, which we would love, but ultimately, man, it's going to be his choice. So this is a big decision for Jared Glover. This is a big decision for the Sharks program. So coach reached out to Megatron. He said, Mega, talk to me. We running it back for senior year? I see Heisman winner next to your name. And Megatron said, listen, coach, I gave it a whole lot of thought, but his decision is we running it back. Megatron's coming back for his senior year. He said, I want to win the Heisman for sure, coach, but I really want to hang a banner in Seattle. Pac-12 champs, I need that. And coach just said, say less. We got to get to work. So listen, man, that is big news for the Sharks program. We're going to be super excited to get Jared Glover back. He is a big-time player, and he will definitely be a weapon in that Sharks offense next season. But listen, man, there's a little bit more breaking news that we got to get through. So this is involving our starting running back, Trey Vincent, and he reached out to Coach Hughes, and he said, Coach, you got a second? And of course, Coach said, yeah, what's up? Trey Vincent said, I've been thinking about this for a minute now, but I wanted to let you know before it gets out, I'm entering the transfer portal. I'll always have mad love for Seattle and you, Coach, but I just got to make a move. So that is big news right there. And Coach says, hey, I can't say I'm not sad to see you go, but listen, Trey, you got the talent to take it to the next level. And of course, I'd love to see you stay here, but ultimately you got to do what's best for you, man. Wish you the best, Trey. So listen, Shark Nation, that is big news. He was definitely on pace to be a big-time running back for us next season, almost averaging 100 yards per game. But hey, sometimes it is what it is, man. These players with the NIL, they're going to do what they want to do. If they want to transfer, let them transfer. You feel me? But listen, man, that's definitely going to be a huge blow to the Sharks offense. We're going to miss him. But at the end of the day, if you want to go, you can go. But when you go, you got to stay over there. You feel me? So we are going to see Trey Vincent transfer to the Oklahoma Sooners. He's not going to be wearing all red instead of all blue. That's kind of crazy. And hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Sometimes it's just business. And we got to move on. We got a whole lot to look forward to for this next season. Now, we will miss Vincent, but listen, looking at this board, I feel pretty hopeful that we'll have more than enough to replace some of this talent that we might be losing from graduation, transfer, so on and so forth, man. We got some dogs coming in, okay? You see in the list right now, we have some absolute ball players coming to the Sharks program, and we are super excited, man. This is going to be a whole new era of Sharks football. So it's going to be a really big season, man. Super excited for season 2 and to finally see some of these players in that Shark blue. Going to be looking real clean, man. So listen, I know you guys are ready. I'm ready, but we got a few more things to get into. So this year's schedule is out, and I know you see what I'm seeing right now. Oklahoma is week 1, and you'd be a fool to think that wasn't on purpose. Anyway, man, we're going to be facing off against the Oklahoma Sooners in week 1, and Trey Vincent has to see us. You hear me? And Trey Vincent aside, Oklahoma is a really good team. They are ranked 13th in the nation. And the schedule don't get no weaker after that as we face Texas in week 3, another powerhouse team. Then in week 5, we got to go see Washington State. Actually, they got to come see us. As you remember that game from last year, man, it was a really close game. Some 50-50 calls from the refs on their home turf. Might have cost us a game, maybe not, but I don't know anyway. In week 6, we're going to see Oregon. We're going to be going down to Eugene, facing off against the Ducks, and that should be a tough one. Then in week 7, we got another game on the road against Notre Dame. You already know how Notre Dame gets down there good every year. It is what it is, but we ain't ducking no smoke. Then in week 8 is actually a big game for us. If you remember this game last season, it was a barn burner that we ultimately did not win, man. A triple overtime loss to a team that we honestly felt like we should beat. And we feel the same way this year. And this year they got to come to Seattle. So that should be real interesting week 8 against Arizona. Then in week 9, we're going to be going down to Arizona State, facing off against the Sun Devils. Following that, we're going to be going down to UCLA in week 10. And honestly, we still feel good about UCLA, even though it was kind of a close game last year. But then in week 11, Week 11, we got USC, man. And I know last year we put off the upset victory on their home turf, which was crazy. If you haven't seen, go back and watch that game, man. It was a crazy game. But anyway, man, they're going to be coming to our home turf on week 11. Then in week 12, we got Oregon State, followed by Cal on the road in week 13, and then finishing up the season at Houston in week 15, going back to coach's alma mater. So look, man, season 2 is now geared up and ready. So now let's take a look at this new Blue Sharks roster, starting with our coach John Hughes. And look, man, after last season, what we would call a successful first season, man, Coach John Hughes' job security is through the roof. I don't think he's going to have any problem with that. But anyway, man, we see his coach prestige is now at 3 stars. Like I said, man, we went 8-5 in the first year. And look, man, the board is saying it's a brand new season. Everyone is in first place. Don't disappoint our devoted Blue Sharks fans. And listen, we not into disappointing no fans over here. Listen, Blue Shark faithful, Shark Nation, trust me, we're going to get the job done this year. And so if we take a look down the average attendance, man, you can see the Shark faithful are coming in every home game just under 20,000, man. So now if we take a look at some contract info and team goals, you can see the first year went pretty well, 8-5. We're in year 2 of 7 as he just got that 4-year extension. And some goals, man, we got to beat primary rival, which is that team up north. They still ducking that smoke. And then the next one there is finishing the top 3 in the Pac-12, which technically we did last year. So that one is accomplished. And then the last team goal is to beat Oklahoma. And you already know why. This game, although the decision was business, this game is personal. So now if we get into our actual rosters, man, we take a look at our quarterback room. So look, man, we're going to start with some of the new guys. We got Christian Carter and then 2-star recruit Steven Stewart looking to make an impact in that quarterback room. But then we get to some of our seasoned veterans. We got Jamarcus Thurman and Joe Lovelady, 2 really good quarterbacks. So it might be a little bit of a quarterback battle throughout the season, but we'll see. So now jumping into our running back room, this is a revamped unit. We got 3-star recruit Tay Ray. We got walk-on Cordell Rush and 3-star recruit Just Incredible. These guys should be making a really big impact, and we're super excited to see what they do on the field. And now let's take a look at our wide receivers, man, starting with the big guy, number 10, coming back senior year, Biletnikoff Award winner Jared Glover. Man, we see Dallas Higgins come back for another season, and then we get some new recruits. Jalen Gray, big-time recruit, 6'7", big receiver. And then we got a Colorado transfer, Billy Goat, who was originally a quarterback, but man, he just has superior athleticism, and Coach Hughes just really thinks he can make the biggest impact on wide receivers. So we see him there. And then we got 2-star recruit Alex Hummel, who honestly might be a really good player for us. He reminds me a lot of Dallas Higgins, man. And he can just get in and out of those cuts, got a lot of speed. So listen, this receiver room is looking really good, man. And we do have a Heisman hopeful as well, and Jared Glover. So we're expecting big things out of this group right here. So now, man, if we take a look at the tight end group, we got our big time 5-star recruit 7-11 Jackson, who honestly, man, we're really excited to get this guy on the field. Definitely gonna be a day 1 starter. And then we got Bill McBride and Adam Booker and Ernie Jenkins that'll probably be following the likes of 7-11 Jackson. But listen, man, this is gonna be a really pivotal addition to our offense, man. We didn't use our tight ends a whole lot, but you will definitely see more of them in this season. So now, man, let's get into our offensive linemen, man. Starting with our 2 standouts, man, Trent Williams and Josh Carey, both first-team All-Americans on that left side of the line. Should be a really good thing to have them coming back, man. Hopefully get some more protection for our quarterbacks. But then we see Tim Jackson and 2 freshmen, Kevin Slaughter and Max Pittman, who should be really good additions to the offensive line, man. I know we had our struggles last year, and we definitely need some improvement, but I think these guys are going to be exactly what we were looking for, man. So then some guys who probably be coming off the bench, we got Jovan Diggs, Stephen Hardy, Jason Porter, Nate Ruffin, Chris Jones, Adam McCall, Greg Henry, and Greg Jenkins to button up the O-line, man. So this group right here is honestly how the offense runs, okay? So we definitely are excited to see what they can do. So now, man, let's transition to the defensive side of the football and get to our D linemen. And listen, this is probably where we're going to see the most improvement in the Sharks program, okay? So starting with 4-star recruit Nehemiah Hood, absolute game breaker. Can't wait to see him in action. Then we go to Max Matrix, 3-star recruit, just a physical specimen, a phenom. This guy is 6'7" at 250 plus pounds, game record. Then we got Marshall transfer Alan Krause, who's a really solid overall player, man, should definitely be a good addition to that line. And then we get to the 5-star Isaiah Tyler, number 92, looking like Aaron Donald on the line. Probably will play a whole lot like him this year as well. And then finally we see walk-on Jimbo Valentine, who should make a huge impact in this game, man. Just an overall good player, fundamentally sound, man. Definitely is going to be a great addition to some of these highly touted recruits we got coming in, man. So then to finish this group up, we got Charlie Washington, Marcus Bonds, Don Hutchinson, Dominic Ortiz, Kyle Fine, and James Carter. to wrap up the D linemen. So this should be a much improved group, man. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of the anticipation translate on the field. That'll go ahead and wrap up the D linemen. And now let's go ahead and get into our linebackers. So returning for the Sharks, man, we got Deuce McGee and X Factor, defensive team captain Shannon Troop. And some new additions, man. We got 4-star recruit Steve Strong. We got 3-star recruit DJ Outlaw and 3-star recruit Jamal Carter. And to finish up this group, man, we see William Morton and Damon Ricks. This group right here should be much improved with the seasoned veteran Shannon Troop, man, big time playmaker. If you remember in that bowl game, came up with the fumble to secure the Sharks' first bowl victory ever. Deuce McGee, who was always a big time playmaker in the first year. So hopefully these new additions, man, will be able to bring some speed, some energy to this linebacking group. And so we're really excited to see what they're going to do. So now let's take a look at our DBs. This is another group that's going to go through a whole lot of changes. So number one, we see Rodney Edwards is going to be now starting full time at safety. No more running back. This is going to be a big change. So hopefully he'll be able to be even more of a big time playmaker for us in that secondary. And then the rest of this group is all freshmen. So starting with LB States, man, 4-star recruit, big time playmaker, a lot of speed, lockdown corner. Then we got Derrickson Rodriguez Diaz, 2-star recruit, little guy, but a whole lot of heart. So we're expecting him to be able to be a playmaker for us. And then we see Nico Dean coming in. He's got good size, got good speed. We'll still have to see what he's going to do on the field. And then lastly, we got Swagate Jenkins at safety, 4-star recruit, big time playmaker. We've got a lot of expectations for this kid right here, but he should definitely be a leader on this defense. And to finish up this group, man, we got AJ Hubbard, who was actually a starter and big time playmaker for us last year. We'll still see him on the field. But then we got Sean Ramsey, Andre Jones, Charles Roberts. We all know Roberts changed his number and everything. I'm surprised he's still on the roster. Then Tyrone Wright and Tyrone Brown, man. So that is going to be our DBs. And then we get to our kickers and punters, man. We got Marcus Barnes. We see Patrick Rice come back for another year for the Sharks. And then Tate Fenton to finish up this Blue Sharks 2024 roster, man. We are super excited. And now it is time to take a look at some of our season goals. So these are 6 goals that we're going to try to accomplish in year 2, man, for the Blue Sharks. And this is something that we're going to be tracking. Storylines might develop out of this. We may see some more throughout the season, but these are the 6 we're going to start with. So let's go ahead and get into them. So number 1, beware of sharks. Establish the Blue Shark program by finishing top 3 or better in the conference. Now that is something we definitely feel like we can do, as we had a really good season last year. And a lot of them were in conference victories. But then moving on to the second one, sooner or later. I think you already know what I'm getting at right here. Defeat Oklahoma and show Trey Vincent why he should have stayed in Seattle. Moving on, top 2 and not 2. Reward Jared Glover's decision to stay in Seattle for 1 more year with a Heisman Trophy. Now listen, if we can do it, we are definitely going to try to do it. So we're expecting a whole lot of contribution from Jared Glover this year. Next, we got on the map. Propel the Blue Shark program by finishing the season in the national top 25 rankings. Now listen, man, it might be a tough road, but it's something we are definitely going to try to do. Just take it game by game, week by week, play Sharks football, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the year, man. Then we got back for blood. After last year's tough loss to Arizona, this game is a must win. Defeat the Wildcats. So listen, man, we're feeling really confident. Although it was a tough game last year, we definitely want to try to beat them this year. And then lastly, we got friend or foe. In-state rival Washington State University has claimed to be smoking that Shark Pack after last year's victory. It's time to stand on business and defeat the Cougars and establish in-state dominance. We don't want to hear no more of this talking about we're number 3 in the state. First of all, we're number 1. But we definitely got to let them know that this year, as we face off against Washington State, man, it's going to be a little bit chippy. Some sparks might fly, but listen, Coach Hughes is okay with that. As long as we convert the field goal after we get the flag, we're all good. But anyway, man, that is going to wrap this year's season goals. And like I said, man, we'll be tracking these throughout the year. We might even add a few more depending on what happens throughout the season, man, but we'll see. So now let's shift gears and take a look at the preseason polls, man, and see where the Sharks stack up in the beginning of the year. Let's see where we're at. So as we're going through this list, man, we got Tennessee at number 1, Michigan coming in number 2. USC, who will have to play this year, is ranked number 3 in the nation. And as we kind of scroll through this list, looking through top 25, we're not in there. We see a team up north, and we're still scrolling quite a while down this list. So we definitely don't feel like we're getting the respect we deserve. And then finally, in number 46, we see the Seattle Blue Sharks, ranking us at a C+ overall, B- offense, C- defense, and B on special teams, man. So that is definitely disrespectful, and we are going to do everything we can to change these people's minds. But now switching gears, if we take a look at the preseason Heisman list, we got our guy Jared Glover right at the top of that list, man, looking clean in that shark blue uniform. So listen, we're going to do everything we can to keep it this way. We need Jared Glover to take home the Heisman, and I think he can do it, but it's definitely going to take some hard work and execution. But listen, man, we are definitely going to try. So look, now that we got all that out the way, it is about that time, Shark Nation. Getting ready for week 1 against the Oklahoma Sooners, and you already know there's a lot at stake in this game, as we're going to see Trey Vincent, our former starting running back, playing for the Oklahoma Sooners. So let's lock in and get ready for this game.
I'm Brad Nessler, here along with two of the best commentators in the game, Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso. We're going to enjoy great weather in tonight's game as the skies are clear and the temperature is just right for the Oklahoma Sooners and the home team. It's opening day, and we've got an incredible season of action-packed football heading your way. And here comes the home team. The Sooners are a confident bunch of kids, and rightfully so. Kirk, this team is just too powerful.
Oklahoma is led by their running back. Now, I had a chance to talk to him about this game, and believe me, he is ready to run all over this defense. Coach, I expect him to have a big game on the ground.
I agree with you on this one. I'm picking Oklahoma.
Thanks, Coach. The pregame routine just wouldn't be the same without that prediction. Now let's get the coin toss.
Yes, sir. It is game time. You can see the Sharks' brand new field, renovated field after a successful last season, man. The board came through, and that field is looking clean. Shark on the 50 looking extra crispy. And now we got the coin toss where we see Trey Vincent and Jared Glover standing face to face. Neither one of them even wanted to make eye contact. That's how bad this situation has got. But anyway, man, we are getting ready to kick this season off, season 2. And the Sharks are going to start with the football. So the offense is going to be the first unit on the field for the second season, man. As Williams is lining up the kick. You can hear Shark faithful on their feet making some noise in his home opener, man. And it is about time. And the kickoff is up and this game is underway. And we see Justin Credible set to receive the kick. He does return it, and he's going to get to about the 20 and get taken down. So this is the first time we're going to see this offense on the field as we take a look at some impact players for the Sharks, Shannon Troop and Jared Glover. So we see Tay Ray in the backfield, and he gets a handoff to the left-hand side and gets up for a gain of about 11 right there. So great opening run for the freshman. Really excited to see what he's going to be able to do throughout this season, man. So far, so good. So we see Ray lined up in the backfield again. He's going to take it up the middle, stumble a little bit, and then get another solid gain of about 9 yards right there. So two really good back-to-back runs from the freshman running back, Tay Ray. So the Sharks now looking at 2nd and inches, ball on the 40. As we see Lovelady drop back the pass as he drifts off to his right. He's looking for Hummel over the top. And Hummel gets cracked and could not hold on to that football. And maybe that was a little bit of a welcome to college moment for the young receiver right there. Big hit. Wish he would have held on. But anyway, Sharks are now looking at 3rd and inches. Ball on the 40. Sharks are in I formation. They're going to go and hand off to Tay Ray up the middle, who's got room and tries to make a move on the safety, but is brought down at the 48. So another nice run right there from Ray. 3 rushes for a total of 33 yards, man. So looking at 11 yards a pop. That's really good. So right now, Tay Ray looking really good for this Sharks offense as we're moving the ball relatively well. Ball on the 48. And we see a play action as Lovelady rolls off to his right, and he got Jackson over the top. He beat his defender, and he comes down with the catch in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the freshman tight end. 7-11 Jackson from Lovelady to Jackson, standing on the 50-yard line right on the Shark, an absolute bomb, and makes a connection in the back of the end zone, and the Sharks go up early in this game on the first drive. We walk away with 6 points, and the extra point is good by Fenton. So we now got a 7-zip ball game. And this is exactly how the Sharks wanted to start this game. They wanted to come out fast, put points on the board early, and put pressure on the Sooners. And they have done just that. So here we go, Fenton with the kickoff. And it looks like it's going to be returned by Farouk, number 3, who's taking it up the right-hand side of the field. He makes one man miss, makes another one miss, and he's got open space and a whole lot of speed, and he is not going to be caught on this kick return, and he's taking it all the way back for a touchdown. And just like that, we have potentially a tied ball game as Williams lines up this extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So we officially now have a tie ball game just like that. In the blink of an eye, the game is now 7-7. The Sooners answer rather quickly to that Sharks touchdown. And so now we get the kickoff to see if the Sharks can respond back. So Justin Credible's going to take this kick from around the 5 and make it down to about the 21 right there. And so that's where the Sharks will start their second drive in this game. As we see Tay-Ray in the backfield, single back formation. Lovelady surveying the field, trying to see what he wants to do as they hand off to Tay-Ray on the right-hand side, who muscles his way up for about 4 yards right there. And we do see an injury to one of the Sooners DBs. It looks like Mosley got some sort of arm injury. But another decent run right there by Ray. A good pickup of 4. So now a 2nd and 6, ball on the 25. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. As we see another handoff to Tay-Ray, who's got some space in the lead blocker in front, and finally gets brought down after another great carry. Gets it all the way down to the 42 and puts the Sharks in great field position, man. Tay-Ray having a great first half, first quarter even. And now we see Cordell rushing the game as they go play action. And Lovelady over the top to Jackson, but just couldn't make the connection. Might have needed a little bit more air on that throw as Jackson had the linebacker beat. But anyway, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball on the 42. Lovelady in shotgun. And he was looking for a screen to Hummel and is not going to be able to make that connection right there as the linebacker was all over that. Getting another big hit on Hummel. And they kind of target him so far in this game. But hey, he's tough. He'll get back up. So anyway, it's 3rd and 10. Ball still on the 42. A minute and 50 seconds left in this first quarter. As we see Lovelady drop back in shotgun once again. He's surveying the field, looking over the middle for Higgins, and makes the connection. A great throw and catch right there. Good concentration, over the shoulder catch by Higgins, and that is a first down. Get all the way down to the 27. So just when the Sharks needed a big play was made. Nice throw and catch right there by Lovelady to Higgins. As you see Higgins with a good concentration catch right there, securing that football and getting the first down for the Sharks. So now it's 1st and 10, ball on the 27, a minute and 30 seconds in this first quarter. As we see the Sharks line up in shotgun again. Tay-Ray to Lovelady's right. Lovelady's going to take the snap. He's dropping back the pass. He's drifting off to his right. He's looking for a receiver, and he might have made a mistake, and he did, and that is intercepted by Hollingsworth and taken back to the 27. So a big mistake right there by Lovelady. Probably should have just threw that one away. Tried to force the throw as he was getting tackled, and it fell right into the hands of the Sooners DB, and they took advantage of that, taking him back to the 26. As you see, Hollingsworth just didn't even have to do much for that interception. Just a sloppy throw. Big time mistake from our quarterback, man. And so now the Sooners will take the field on offense on the 26. 1st and 10 as we see Vincent get the handoff, his first handoff in this game, and it is stopped very short. Didn't even pick up a yard. So that is definitely something the Sharks fans want to see, as Vincent did play for the Sharks last year, as we know. This is a big time transfer in his first game against Seattle, as we see him take another carry up for a huge chunk of yards this time, and finally got dragged down by Edwards. And so that's that old friendship right there. Edwards and Vincent, 2 big time players last year in the running back room, now facing off against each other as opponents. So we'll see how that story unfolds. But it's now 1st and 10, ball on the 49. The Sooners moving the football really good right now as we see a play action, and Thompson goes over the top to Calhoun, who makes the catch, and he's still running, and he's going to take that all the way into the end zone for a Sooners touchdown. 51-yard touchdown pass, giving the Sooners the advantage in this game off a really nice play action play. Had Swagate Jenkins, the safety, kind of confused as he was way out of position right there, and Calhoun made the catch and did the rest. It is now a 14-7 ball game. Sooners on top. Sharks trying to answer on offense. So we see the Sharks offense take the field. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Tay-Ray to single back in the backfield as he takes the handoff to the right-hand side and is not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 1 right there as we enter the last 20 seconds of this first quarter. 2nd and 11, ball on the 19. Lovelady in shotgun. He takes a step. He's rolling off to his left, and he's got no time, and he gets sacked in the backfield. That's another tackle for loss on this drive. And really, this is an important drive because the Sharks really got to respond after that last touchdown from Oklahoma. You never know. But anyway, we see Lovelady drop back to pass, and he's throwing in traffic. And that ball was almost picked off by the All-American cornerback Horn right there. And just another example of really wishing Lovelady would make a better decision back there at that quarterback position, man. But anyway, we're going to see the Sharks punt this ball off as Vincent is a return man, and he breaks one tackle and is looking for a little bit of space, but it's finally tackled down right at the 50, 48 they call it, right on that Shark logo, looking super clean. So we see another pitch to Vincent, who throws this pass back to Thompson, but LB States is right there to make the tackle for loss. Good heads-up play right there by freshman cornerback States. So now it's 2nd and 12 as we see another handoff to Vincent up the middle, who breaks a tackle, makes Edwards miss, and found some space in that secondary, but Diaz was right there to make the tackle, getting him down at about the 35. So another good run right there by Vincent, and that's one thing this Sharks defense does not want to happen. We don't really want to see Vincent heat up because we already know his work. He's a great second half running back, and we don't want to let him get it started here early as we see a reverse option, which results in a 3-yard catch by Brown. So crazy play right there, reverse option pass. So the Sooners put on all types of stops as we see Vincent get another carry off to the left and muscles his way near that first down marker, showing some strength. Has been in the weight room this offseason. So now it's 3rd and 2, ball on the 27, 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in this first half as we see another handoff to Vincent, who does not get to the first down marker as Max Matrix right there crashed down that line and made the big time play. So it's now 4th and 1. The Sooners have a decision to make, and they decide to go for a 43-yard field goal attempt. So we see them lining up, and the kick is up, and that kick is going to be good through the uprights, making this a 17-7 game. So the Sharks offense has got to answer because the Sooners offense is starting to roll, and they're putting points on the board, creating some distance with that lead. So we're going to see the Sharks prepare to take this kickoff as Justin Credible is lined up to take the kick, and he does return it, taking it out to about the 18 right there. So here we go. Ball on the 18, 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. The Sharks looking to go and try to put points on the board before the end of this first half as we see another handoff to Tay Ray, who breaks 1 or 2 tackles and then fights for more yards, getting close to that first down marker. They're going to call it a gain of 9, so it's 2nd and 1. Ball on the 27. Tay Ray still in the backfield. Lovelady trying to get his receivers' routes together as he rolls off to his right. He's looking for Glover over the top, who goes top shelf, makes a huge catch, and now the Sharks are on the other side of the 50. So great play right there by Jared Glover, the Heisman hopeful, making big-time plays late in this first half, and that's exactly what the Sharks want to see. That Lovelady to Glover connection is something to behold, and I know the Sooners defense doesn't want to see much more of that. But anyway, it's 1st and 10, ball on the 47. Still see Ray in the backfield. Lovelady's going to call an audible. Doesn't like what he sees from the defense. And so here we go. Lovelady takes the snap. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking over the top to Gray, and Gray comes down with the catch right around the 20 and tries to fight for more yards, but it does look like Jalen Gray has an injury here on that last play after making a great catch. Might have sacrificed himself a little bit, so hopefully he'll be all right. But anyway, that catch right there gets the ball down to the 20. Sharks knocking on the edge of the end zone. 1st and 10. We're going to hand off to Ray right up the middle, who breaks a tackle and then gets stripped. It's a fumble and is recovered by the Sooners. So just as we thought this Sharks drive was cooking with a little bit of grease, it is quickly stopped right there as the freshman, maybe it's just a little bit of inexperience, got loose with the football, and the Sooners defense took advantage, stripped it right out of his hands, and recovered it just as the Sharks were looking to go put more points on this board to try to get this lead down a little bit. So now the Sooners have an opportunity to extend this lead. The Sharks really don't want to see that. So we got about a minute left in the second quarter. The Sooners take over on the 16 as we see Thompson drop back to pass. And now he's scrambling, but it's quickly stopped right there by Nehemiah Hood, our new freshman DN, making some noise in this game. That's a sack on the quarterback, loss of 3. And now we see Vincent get another handoff and toss back to Thompson, and it's stopped again. LB States right there with that play. They're definitely not fooling him with that one. And we see a holding call, so it's taking them back even further. And so now it's 3rd and 16, ball on the 10. The clock running down. About 45 seconds left in this second quarter. Sooners in I formation. Letting this clock wind down. Sharks looking to make a stop and possibly get the ball back to their offense before half, as we see a handoff to Vincent, who doesn't get far, as that was Steve Strong right there making a big time tackle on the good running back. And it's 4th and 13. So the Sharks are going to spend a timeout to try to get this football back to their offense, as we see a great punt right there by the Sooners. Incredible. Tries to make a return. Doesn't get much on that one. So the Sharks are going to start with the ball on the 34. 23 seconds left to go before halftime. The score is 17-7. Sharks looking to go try to get a touchdown and make this game a little bit closer, a little bit more manageable in this second half. So here we go. We see Lovelady drop back to pass, and he's under some pressure. He's got to get rid of it. He does not, and takes a sack. So the Sharks are forced to burn another timeout right there, and that is definitely not what Coach Hughes wanted to see from his quarterback right there. But anyway, we go shotgun again, and Lovelady's dropping back to pass. He's looking for Higgins, and Higgins comes down with it just past the 50 with 11 seconds left to go, and the Sharks are forced to burn their last timeout. But that was a great play right there. Good concentration catch yet again from Higgins. And so the Sharks on the 47 go shotgun again. Lovelady's looking down the left-hand side to Glover. Glover's got a step on the defense, and he goes up top and comes down with the catch. And that is a touchdown late in this first half. Great throw and catch right there from Lovelady to Glover, man. We've seen it time and time again. Glover's just an extra special athlete, man. They don't call him Baby Megatron for no reason. And I guess those cornerbacks just found out why. So anyway, man, that is a great play. Touchdown for the Sharks as we line up the extra point, and it is good. So it is now a 17-14 ball game. Sooners still got the lead in this one, but with 4 seconds left to go in the second half, you got to imagine score will probably stay this way, and we'll go into halftime with a manageable lead, as we see Farouk, the dangerous Farouk, take this kickoff off again. And he gets brought down at the 26 with 1 second left to go. So we see the Sharks DBs drop back and prevent, just to make sure nothing crazy happens before halftime. And we see a handoff go to Vincent, and he is met quickly by Carter. Big time hit. And that right there is going to take us into the halftime show. First half, man, score is 17-14. Sooners up by 3. And so that right there is going to take us into our WX Sports Gear halftime report. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff we've seen in this first half, man. So far in this game, man, it has felt like the Sooners have controlled most of the momentum. The Sharks did start out early with a huge touchdown to Jackson, but after that, the Sharks offense really had a hard time moving the football, and the Sooners just kept making play after play. They were ultimately able to get the lead all the way up to a 10-point lead. But then late in that second half, man, we saw the Sharks defense kind of step up a little bit. So we really want to see a whole lot more of that in the second half. The defense kind of playing a little bit better, tightening down. One thing we don't want to do is let Trey Vincent get into a zone in the second half, man. We already know he's a second half type of back, downhill runner style guy. So the defense got to keep it up. Offense has got to find a rhythm, man. I know early in that first half, after the big touchdown on the first drive, the Sharks really struggled to move the football. And ultimately, some of it was a result of a few mistakes by Joe Lovelady. We saw an interception and then a couple careless passes over the middle that could have been intercepted, but thankfully they weren't. We did see that fumble when the Sharks did finally put together a good drive. So all these different things kind of put together. The Sharks are not playing terrible, but they could definitely be playing a little bit better. So the halftime score is 17-14. And now it's time to take a look at our WX Sports Gear player of the half. And we're going to give it to Joe Lovelady. Honestly, man, he has made the mistake. But after that, he's played a pretty good first half. 6 completions for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. We're going to give him a B-, like I said, for the interception and a couple really bad throws that could have turned sour. But anyway, man, he's up. After that, he's had a pretty good first half. So player of the half goes to him. So now it's time to take a look at some halftime adjustments with Coach Hughes. And number one, we got to stop forcing it. Like we already said, Joe Lovelady, just relax a little bit in the pocket, make good throws, make good plays. Number two, we got to fly to the football. We know Vincent is dangerous, and the defense has got to gang tackle and make sure we keep him in pocket. And number three, play with pride. This is a big time game for the Sharks program. This is a personal game, and it's one of our goals. So we definitely want to lock in and win this one. And as always, man, this halftime report was brought to you by WX Sports Gear, the official partner of the Blue Sharks. WX Sports Gear, world-class athletes deserve world-class sports gear. Now let's get back to the field and get into the second half where the Sharks are down by 3 to the Sooners. Score 17-14. Can the Sharks find a way to win this half and win this game? We'll find out. So here we go as Finn kicks off to Farouk, who's already taken one to the house. He's getting it out to about the 20 where he's brought down And so that's where the Sooners will start this drive. First drive in the second half. Ball is going to start on the 21 as we see some halftime stats from that first half. So here we go, man. The Sooners are going to start off in shotgun with Vincent to Thompson's left. And here we go. Thompson takes the snap. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking for a receiver off to the left. And States is right there. Put that receiver in a box. And that was Farouk right there. Big time receiver for the Sooners. But the freshman States held his own and definitely made a great play right there. So here we go. 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 21. Sooners are in shotgun. Vincent to Thompson's left again. As his X factor is starting to go a little crazy as he's breaking tackle after tackle. Makes a juke move and then finally gets tripped up by Diaz after a nice display of athleticism right there. And so that's exactly what the Sharks don't want to see. We want to make sure we keep Vincent in pocket and not let him activate in the second half of this game. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for the Sharks defense. As we see another handoff to Vincent as he shakes one tackle off, breaks another down, and then gets another good gain, moving the chains once again for the Sooners. And so here we go. Trey Vincent starting to heat up in the second half. Ball is now on the 45. And we see Trey Vincent line up in the backfield again. He's going to get another handoff as he shimmies up the middle of the line and breaks a tackle. And then Jenkins comes down, puts a good hit on him. But that's another decent gain of 6 right there. So that takes the Sooners down to the 49. About 3 minutes left in this third quarter as the Sooners drive is starting to build up. Score 17-14 as Thompson is in shotgun. And he's going to take the snap and drop back to pass. He's looking over the middle, but Carter was right there with the heads-up play. Was in great position for an interception, but we'll take that swatted down pass. So anyway, it's going to be 3rd and 4. Ball still on the 49. We see Vincent in the backfield. They go with another reverse to Rogers, but then he's met by McGee, who makes a great tackle and prevents him from picking up that first down. So it's going to be 4th and 1. The Sooners are across the 50, so it's a big decision right here, but they are going to elect to punt. So they're going to punt back to the Sharks. As Credible's not going to take a chance with this one and just let it bounce into the back of the end zone for a touchback. And so now with the score 17-14, the Sharks take the field again on offense. And we got Tay-Ray lined up in the backfield. Glover off to the right-hand side as we go. Play action. Lovelady's looking over the top to Glover. Glover's got a step. Glover does not come down with it. For some reason, it looks like he just lost track of that football. Maybe a little bit of pass interference. I don't know. I couldn't really see. But anyway, it's going to result in a 2nd and 10. So ball on the 20. We're going to go with a handoff to Tay-Ray, who's got a whole lot of space. And he's still running. And he's only got the safety to beat. And the safety finally gets him down. But that was a huge play right there. Got all the way down to the 48. So a big-time play right there from our freshman running back. Great blocking up front from the O-line. And with all that space, he had no choice but to break it off for a big run right there. So good stuff right there by the Sharks offense. So the ball is now on the 48 after that big run. We see Cordell Rush come into this football game as he takes the handoff to the left-hand side, makes a nice move on the DB, and gets past the first down marker for a big chunk play right there for the Sharks. So that's a good run right there by Rush. Another freshman walk-on right there. So the Sharks are starting to move this football. Ball's now on the 36. It's 1st and 10. We see Tay-Ray back in the football game to Lovelady's right. And Lovelady's going to drop back to passing. He barely gets to throw off to Glover up the top. And Glover comes down with the catch. And that is another touchdown for the Sharks, putting them up in this game. A 36-yard touchdown pass off a crazy throw right there. Lovelady was under all types of pressure, getting hit as he threw the ball, but put just enough on it to get it past the defender right there and into the arms of Glover for another Sharks touchdown. And so the Sharks take the lead in this one. The score is now 21-17. A minute and 31 seconds left in this third quarter. And so now can the Sharks find a way to sustain this lead and take it through the end of the game? We'll have to see as Farouk takes this kickoff out to the 20. He stumbles a little bit, but he's still on his feet and he rounds the corner and gets brought down at about the 24. So the Sharks might want to think about not kicking to that guy right there as he seems pretty dangerous. But anyway, the Sooners are going to start this drive on the 24. And we're going to see a handoff to Vincent right up the middle who stiff arms one defender and then it's finally brought down by Carter right there. So a gain of 6. Vincent still starting to pick up momentum in the second half. Ball's now on the 30. And so we're going to see the Sooners line up in I formation, tight end to the right. Vincent in the backfield once again. And we're going to see Thompson drop back to pass. He was looking for Vincent on a little short route right there, but that was batted down by the Sharks D-line right there. So good awareness by the defense. So now it's 3rd and 4, and we're going to see Thompson drop back the pass. He's got his tight end wide open, but he runs out of bounds short of that first down marker, and so that makes it 4th and 3, and the Sooners are going to elect to punt on their own 31, and they punt off to Justin Credible, who's going to take this punt back and try to make a move and quickly get brought down, and so he gets it out to the 19. So great punt right there by the Sooners. So it's now 1st and 10, 47 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, and we see a handoff to Tay Ray, who's swerving his way up through the left-hand side and gets a nice pickup right there of about 6. So Tay Ray still trucking, having a really good game, his debut game for the Sharks, putting in some work right now, and we may need to rely on him a bit more in the second half if we want to try to burn some of this clock and maintain this lead, as Lovelady calls an audible at the line, looking to switch it up, and he's looking off to his right-hand side. He's got Glover over the top, and this is a one-on-one matchup, and Glover's got the step, and Glover comes down with the catch and gets it all the way down to the 20. So great adjustment right there by Lovelady, and an even better throw. And then when it's a one-on-one matchup with Glover, we will take those odds 10 out of 10 times. And 10 out of 10 times, 10 is going to come down with that football as he did right there. Huge play for the Sharks. First down, ball is on the 19, and the Sharks looking to extend this lead as the final seconds tick down in this 3rd quarter, and we are now in the 4th quarter. Shark Nation, get them 4s up in the air. First game of the season, first game of season 2, playing off against a great team, Oklahoma Sooners, against one of our own, Trey Vincent, and the Sharks are up by 4 in this game, 21-17, trying to finish off this game victorious as we are now knocking on the door. And we see Lovelady in shotgun. He's running off to his left. He has nowhere to throw, so he's going to keep it and get a nice gain right there of about 7. So Lovelady showing some fire, not known as being a scrambler, but he did right there as Tay Ray takes another handoff and then muscles his way up to the 5-yard line right there. And so he is picking up some steam in this second half. Tay Ray having a really good game and another good gain right there. So it's now 1st and goal, ball on the 5-yard line. The Sharks are knocking on the door, trying to go in and score and extend this lead against the Sooners. So we're going to see Tay Ray take the handoff right up the middle and go untouched in the end zone. And he's throwing up the Heisman pose as he does it. And great blocking right there from the Sharks' much improved O-line. Tay Ray walked in untouched, and that's what we love to see. But he did go a little bit too far with that celebration right there. So we are going to see an unsportsmanlike conduct flag and making this extra point attempt just a little bit longer on the 18. But it's no problem for Fenton as he kicks it right through the uprights. And so it is now a 28-17 game. The Sharks are building on this lead, building on this momentum, and the Sooners are looking for answers. So we see Fenton line this kickoff, and he kicks it off to Farouk once again, who we've already seen take one to the house. But this time we're not going to see that as he fumbles right on the 20. But thankfully for the Sooners, they're able to recover. But we do see one of our own, Ramsey, come away with an injury right there. So hopefully he's all right. One of our backup safeties. But the Sharks are playing with a whole lot of fire right now. Up 28-17. The ball is on the 21. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in this game as Thompson drops back the throws. And he was looking for Brown over the top, but Diaz was right there to make sure he was not able to stay in bounds. So that's a great play right there by the little guy Diaz. Told you he's a little guy, but he's got a whole lot of heart, and he definitely plays that way. He's already come up with some big-time tackles in this game. So anyway, it's 2nd and 10 as we see Thompson go back to throw again, and Thompson is under pressure. And that was Big Jimbo Valentine right there, just working through that offensive line, staying relentless, and got to the quarterback. Big-time play right there by the walk-on. And so it's now 3rd down for the Sooners. They are 0-4 on 3rd down conversions in this game as they go to try to convert another one, and they make the reception to Calhoun, but Jenkins was right there to stop him in his tracks, making it 4th and 5. And the Sooners are going to decide to go for it on 4th down on this one as they look for their receiver off to the left, but he is not able to come away with the catch as States was all over the receiver on that one, just making it tough for him to make that routine catch right there. And so we see a turnover on downs. The Sharks take over on the 26. We see Tay Ray, the single back in the backfield. Glover off to the right-hand side. They're going to hand off to Tay Ray to the left, and he's going to pick up about 5 right there and stay in bounds, keeping that clock running. which is pivotal at this point in the game. The Sharks have an 11-point lead and are looking to add on top of it late in this fourth quarter, man. The Sharks have had all the momentum in the second half. As we see a pitch go to Tay to the right-hand side, who makes a move on one defender and then fights for more yards and gets past the first down marker. Big time run right there, showing some muscle. And that yards after contact number has got to be looking really good for Tay in this game. As we see, we are going to spell him for this play. Cordell Rush in the backfield. Minute 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The ball is on the 13 as Rush takes his handoff right up the middle and picks up about 3 before he's pushed back. So it's now 2nd and 7, ball on the 10. The Sharks working that clock as we see Rush, who's got some space. He gets the first down and is stopped just short of the touchdown, right on the 1. But he's letting you know he's just getting stronger and stronger. He's feeling really good. So we're going to see the Sharks line up in I formation once again, rushing the backfield. Got to imagine they're going to try to let him get his first touchdown as he makes a move to the end zone, but is brought down just short again. So it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 1, and now we see Tay in the backfield. Sharks still in I form, and Tay is going to stroll right into the end zone on this play right here. 2nd touchdown of the day, 1-yard touchdown run, extending this lead for the Blue Sharks. And with that last touchdown, man, the Sharks are in full control of this game. It is now 35-17 with only a minute and 7 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. So as Fenton kicks this football off deep in the end zone, Farouk is just going to drop to a knee, and the Sooners are going to start on the 20 with just over a minute left in this game. Down big right now as Thompson drops back to pass, looking for his tight end, Goodman, who was brought down at the line of scrimmage by Jenkins. So nice coverage and tackle right there by our new safety. And so the clock is still running. 55 seconds left as Thompson drops back to pass. He had pressure by Hood, but he's able to get the throw off, and Goodman is able to work his way up the field to the 37 and move those chains for the Sooners. So at this point in the game, they have no choice but to go no huddle and try and speed up this drive as Thompson drops back to pass again, looking for Goodman on the left-hand side, but they were not able to connect. And so it's 2nd and 10, ball still on the 37. 43 seconds left to go in this game. The Sharks are up 35-17 as we see Thompson drop back to pass. He's looking for a receiver on the right who drags a toe and comes down with the catch, getting the Sooners down to the 21. And he's celebrating a little bit, but it might be a little too late for all that. You can keep that, my boy. Scoreboard. But anyway, man, ball is now on the 21. The Sooners looking to put together a good ending to this drive, maybe just for some morale, as we see an errant throw to Vincent from Thompson right there. And so they're getting desperate as we see Thompson go over the top, but it's actually intercepted by Edwards, who comes away with that catch and has a whole lot of speed, and he makes Thompson miss. And now he is off to the races, and nobody is going to catch him on that field as he high steps into the end zone, putting the cherry on top of this game, a 96-yard interception return for a touchdown. And he is flexing, letting you know this is what he do. And we are seeing the decision for him to focus on defense pay off tremendously right now. Big time play by Edwards right there, man. If you thought this game wasn't already over, it is definitely over right now. As you can see him taking that thing all the way back into the end zone. Shark faithful on their feet in the stands. And the Sharks have full control of this game. It is now 42-17. 20 seconds left in this ball game as we kick it off to Vincent, who's going to drop to the knee. And this game right here is as good as over. We might see 1 or 2 more plays from the Sooners with only 19 seconds left in this fourth quarter, man. We're going to see Thompson drop back to pass and go for a quarterback run and get brought down by Steve Strong. And that right there is going to do it. The first game of the season against the number 13 Oklahoma Sooners. The Sharks come out with the victory. Big time performances from Glover, from our freshman Tay Ray, and the much improved defense, man. This Shark team looks good. Okay, big time victory right there, man. 42-17 on the return from Trey Vincent coming back to Seattle for the first time. The Sharks made a statement and let him know that he might have made a mistake. But anyway, man, let's take a look at some of these game stats. Like I said, man, the final score was 42-17. 16-7 in first downs, total offense 446 to 206. And I mean, the numbers just speak for themselves. The game was pretty close in that first half. I'll be honest with you. The Sooners had much of the control in that first half, but the second half of the game, man, that Sharks defense came to play. And so listen, man, the Sharks are going to walk away with the victory, but now it's time to get into the WX Sports Gear Player of the Game. And listen, man, we are going to spotlight our new freshman, Tay Ray, who had a phenomenal game, man. Start to finish, honestly. Started the gates out hot with a couple big-time runs, going for first downs. And he just continued that effort all throughout the rest of the game, man. 15 rushing attempts for 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. And listen, we're going to grade him overall as a B+, man. The only reason why it's a B+ is because he did have that fumble in the beginning, in the first half. But other than that, man, he played a phenomenal game. A great way to debut for this Blue Sharks program, man. And I know he's got to be proud. And I know Coach Hughes is happy seeing that recruiting class pay off, man. Not only him, man, but there was a lot of big-time performances from a lot of our freshmen. And this really was just a good overall win. But Tay Ray definitely did his thing, man. So we got to give him props. Winning his first Player of the Game award for this Blue Shark program, man. So good stuff from the freshman, man. So now let's take a look at our record. So we can see week 1 was a dub. The Sharks are now 1-0. And on top of that, we checked off one of our boxes for our season goals, defeating Oklahoma, man. I'm definitely proud of this team. And I think we got the message across to Trey Vincent. You made a mistake, brother. But anyway, man, that is going to do it for this week's episode, man. Season 2, episode 1 has been one for the books. The Sharks are looking much improved. But anyway, man, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel today. And remember, a little bit every day goes a long way. So once you take that first step, don't look back. I'm IC3, 3000 to be exact. And I hope I see you guys in the next one. And if I don't, well, then go ahead and run this one back.